There has been an arrest in the case of 5-year-old missing child Michael Vaughan. This is not the first time there's been an arrest, but this time it really looks like the dominoes are falling into place. Michael went missing on July 27, 2021 from his neighborhood in Fruitland, Idaho. One of his neighbors, Stacey Wondra, was arrested on charges related to his disappearance and his death. I've linked a bunch of videos about that on this playlist. They alleged that she was responsible for his death and that, along with others, she had buried him in the backyard. Investigators dug up the yard, though, did not find Michael. They believe he was moved. After Michael's body wasn't found, they did drop the charges, but Sarah has been in jail on unrelated charges ever since, so she hasn't just been walking around free. A lot of people were surprised that her husband, Stacey Wondra, hadn't been arrested in conjunction with this, but he was also in jail on unrelated charges, so it seems as though law enforcement just wanted to make the case stronger. But they must have done that because once he was released on those unrelated gun charges, he was immediately arrested and charged with the murder of Michael Vaughan. Now, Stacey had previously told law enforcement that he wasn't the one responsible. He had seen his ex-wife, Sarah, do it, who was his wife at the time, but he didn't participate. He said, "I don't know how far she dug, to be honest with you. She was using a pointed shovel." Stacey also mentioned Adrienne Lucien and Brandon Shirtlift, who lived with the couple at their Red Wing Street house in Fruitland and are also suspects in the case. Now, I did mention that Sarah Wondra in jail on unrelated charges. That also goes for Brandon Shirtlift. He had a probation violation back in September, and so now he's in jail on that. However, the other man, Adrienne Lucien, was pulled over in South Bend, Indiana, and arrested. He was scheduled for court on October 20th, but he failed to appear. An arrest warrant has been issued, and he is on the run. This is a photo of the 4 people who are suspected to be involved. Sarah Wondra, Stacey Wondra, Brendan Shirtliff, and this is Adrienne Lucien. So this is the guy in the top right who is still on the run. So keep an eye out for this man, especially if you're in the Midwest. I'm still following this case closely, and I'm really hoping that these people, now that they're all, except for Adrienne, are in custody, I hope they're going to flip on each other and we're finally going to find Michael. But I'll keep you updated, and once we have more information, we'll definitely do an update episode on the podcast. And Then They Were Gone, which is available on all podcast networks.